Thank you everyone for coming to Genlong Cafe today. Also, thank you everyone who's watching it on Nico Nico Broadcasting. To start this event, we would like to test microphones. Is everyone on Nico Nico Broadcasting able to hear our sounds? Please tell us if there's any problems. This broadcasting needs fees to watch, though the first 15 minutes are free to watch. We are now holding an event for celebrating the release of new semiotics. Its authors Hidetaka, Ishida, and Hiroki Azuma are joining on stage with our guest Yuki, a philosopher from Hong Kong. This event will be held in English. The theme of this event is a post-European philosophy of war and technology possible? On who is the question concerning technology in China, and Ishida and Azuma's new semiotics. So everyone, please give a big applause for Mr. Yuk, Mr. Ishida, and Mr. Azuma to start this event.
Welcome to Genron Cafe. And today, this is our Genron's first attempt to hold and webcast talk in English. The language is in Japanese, and today, actually, this is also my first challenge to moderate such kind of discussion in English in public. So, frankly speaking, I am now feeling very nervous. So I hope your audience kindly accept my strong accent and incorrect, wrong expressions sometimes. So English commentary online, welcome, of course. So today we have two panelists. One is Ishida-san, philosopher and semiologist. He has just retired from the professor at the University of Tokyo, and he and me published the book titled New Semiotics, yes, this新記号論, this spring. We may talk about the book later. And the other next to me is Yuki, a Hong Kong philosopher and well known as one of the most talented young philosophers in the English-speaking world, I believe. And he published 3 books. And one is the question concerning technology in China. Its long introduction was already translated into Japanese on our Genron magazine. The whole translation of the book is now in progress, and it will be published by Genron. And another is recursivity and contingency. Just published this spring. He argues about the philosophical relationship between mechanism and organism, or mechanic worldview and organic worldview in this book, and he tries to overcome such a dichotomy from the point of view of postmodernity or information society. It's very interesting. You will talk about it later in his talk. So, and it is a very great honor for us to be able to welcome these two eminent scholars here today. The beginning of our communication was 3 years ago, a symposium in Hangzhou in China. That symposium was directed by Yuki. Yuki invited me and Ishida-san to the symposium, and I met Ishida-san again after almost 20 years. So that is maybe the first time since my graduation of the university. So it's a kind of miracle. And we met at the dinner table after the program and talked about Leibniz, Jacques Derrida, grammatology, semiotics, cosmotechnics, etc., etc. That was a very exciting conversation. And even now, I clearly remember that night's conversation. So today, I'm now very happy to continue the discussion here at the Genron Cafe. The subject of today's discussion is a post-European philosophy of or in technology possible? Today's first goal, aim of the discussion is to clarify the connection between Yuke's philosophy and Ishida-san's new semiotics, of course. But by this title, I am thinking about another goal, another aim. That is to search for, to look for a crossing point between the digital media issues and the Asian or geopolitical issues in philosophy. Yuke argues in his books on the possibility of a new philosophy for digital media. The same goal is pursued by Ishida-san. Yuke and Ishida-san both challenge to establish a new philosophy of technology. But I think there seems also an important difference between Yuke and Ishida-san. Yuke seems to connect his philosophy of technology often with a geopolitical shift in philosophy from Europe to Asia, from Europe to non-Europe. That is the question of post-European philosophy or the question of technology in China. This theme, this subject of China or Asia or non-European philosophy is very important to him. But Ishida-san's works have had scarcely mention to such local issues or geopolitical issues, as far as I know. That is a very big difference. Today, I personally interested in what this difference means. Why and how can the potential of a new philosophy for digital era, digital time, be linked to the geopolitical question of post-European philosophy? In other words, why can the question of digital technology be defined as non-European or post-European philosophy? How and where can the question of technology and that of geopolitics be philosophically crossed, connected? I hope our discussion will give us a hint of answer to these questions today. And the last, I believe you audience here at Cafe have a flyer of this art exhibition. This is Masaki Fujihata's exhibition. Fujihata-san is a famous media artist and a close friend of Yuke and Ishida-san. Fujihata-san is now opening a solo exhibition at Tokyo Gallery at Ginza. Yuke was actually invited to the talk at the gallery by the Tokyo Gallery for tomorrow's talk, and we can organize today's discussion because of their favor. So I'd like to say thank you for Tokyo Gallery people and Fujihata-san here. I recommend you, today's audience, to go to see the exhibition tomorrow. So let us start. First, Ishida-san introduces Yuke with a few slides, not few slides, introduces Yuke about his books, and Yuke will give a talk on his book and what his idea of a post-European philosophy means. And after his talk, Ishida-san and me will give a short comment and open the dialogue. After the dialogue, we will have a short break of 5 or 10 minutes, and the second part begins with Ishida-san's talk, and I and Yuke comment and open the discussion and the Q&A. That is the program. So as I post, actually, so maybe so you already know. So maybe we are short of time, already short of time. So as I posted in Twitter this afternoon, Yuke sent me 20 slides, and Ishida-san sent me 22 slides, including many various issues and references. So I knew. And we always are short of time, but maybe so of course they are free to talk as long as they want. So maybe that is Genron style, and you already know this is Genron's way, of course. So anyway, let us really start. So first, Ishida-san, please introduce Yuke's books.
So thank you, Hiroki, and welcome to Yuke. And I will speak in English, but my English is very bad because I'm not an English speaker, but I'm a French speaker. So I have when I'm in difficulty, I risk to speak in French. So sorry if I speak in French. So in the beginning, I'd like to present 3 books wrote by our friend Yuki, because we must know what is the background of his talk today. And I read, of course, these three books, and these books are very, very good studies. And the first book that Yuk wrote, the title is On the Existence of a Digital Object. That was published in 2016. And that is a publication of your thesis, doctoral thesis. And when you, the people who are so accustomed to in the world of philosophy, when you read the title on the existence of a digital object, you must associate with the book of Simondon, Gilbert Simondon, du mode de l'existence de l'objet technique. And that is that is my interpretation. That is a tentative to how I say, assimilate the Simondonian philosophy to apply the problematic by Simondon to the new type of object, new type of existence of object that are digital object. Because when Simondon was in life, because he's dead in I don't remember 1989, the very year of beginning of HTTP. So the digital objects didn't exist in the everyday life of world people. And now we are in our quotidian life, we are covered by constant encounter with digital objects. All objects are digital objects now. So we must interrogate what is the status of existence of digital objects. And that was very good and very interesting beginning of his research on the ontology of digital media mediated world. That is my interpretation. If you have anything to add to my interpretation, okay? That is also he started his academic career in Goldsmith College in London University, and certain of us must know Goldsmith College in London is a place that is very, very interesting. And when I was invited in Goldsmith College, I remembered immediately the atmosphere of the University of Paris, Vincennes University, Université de Paris 8, voilà, in French. And that was the place where Deleuze, Lyotard, Badiou, etc., was teaching in the in 1970s or 1980s when I was a student in Paris.
And what kind of similarities
That is a place. That is a place that is not very good.
Not very good.
In the sense of beautiful architecture, etc., etc. That is an imagine of London city, and so peripheral, place.
Not beautiful university.
Not beautiful in the sense of architecture, prestige, or that is not academic place. That is in periphery, isn't it? And that is exactly the situation of Paris 8 University, in the periphery of Paris, and the same type of challenging of knowledge, many interesting people coming to research, to discussion.
I don't know what is the exact location of Paris 8. So
Paris 8 was in the east, at the east side of Paris in the beginning. Now they are in Saint-Denis. Now, but before that was in Vincennes, the Roi de Vincennes. The Vincennes forest in Paris, and very I don't know the word in English. Very precarious situation as status of university. Exactly the same. That was my association, and the same ambience and same vivacity of the place. And so there are so many things interesting now in Goldsmiths with the people who come from whole the world. So that's a very exciting place. So you wrote this PhD thesis dissertation
under the direction of Stigler, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, Stigler was teaching with other people like Matthew Scott Rush, and what is Matthew Fuller